Now, back to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
You could put a post stamp on it, she said.
Post stamp.
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. How would you like to get a brand new 2018 Corvette for $5? The opportunity is definitely available. StingrayChevroletRaffle.com. You could buy your ticket online. You could buy it and see the car at Stingray Chevrolet, or you could wait a couple weeks for the Strawberry Festival. You could see the car there on display, and you could win, where you could register and win right there, because I will be out there to help pick the winner. $5. Get them online, stuff them in a big hopper, and then we pick them out the last day of the Strawberry Festival, and somebody wins a brand new, what do they call it? It's not cherry red. It's what do you call it? Torchfire?
Ooh, Torchfire sounds pretty awesome.
I'm going to go with that. Torchfire red.
Flamethrower red.
Flamethrower red. Nuclear explosion red.
Yeah.
Hydrogen bomb, millions of people dead red.
Whoa.
Car.
That's it right there.
That is a specific color.
Let's say it's a pretty red car. It's a brand new red Corvette, and you can win it for as little as $5. And where you could spend like $100, and you can better your chances.
I like that, yeah. Will you be upset if you pull my name out there and then I'm like, don't worry, Michael, I'm coming. We just drove away together after the Strawberry Festival in my new Corvette?
No, I would not be upset. I would feel kind of weird in the beginning because I don't pull the name. I just read the name.
Okay, yeah.
But I told Steve Hurley, I said, I don't know if I should be up here because I'm in this thing.
Yeah.
I bought some raffle tickets. He's like, it's okay, you're not an employee. I said, okay.
Right, yeah.
Awesome. And I actually told my nephew Tommy, who had just turned 18, I said, if I win, you can have it.
Oh, my
I will
God,
give it to you.
dude.
You can just take it today.
Change his life.
I'm too fat for a Corvette, and it would be, I'm good. Just take it. Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
That would be the
I'd
coolest.
be best uncle ever.
Ever in the history of all uncles, yeah.
If you're 18 years old and you've got a Corvette, if you're a senior in high school and you're driving a brand new Corvette, you're getting laid no matter what.
Absolutely.
Dennis Scalpi has proven that. Dennis Scalpi was I went to high school with him, and he looked like a rat. I know a lot of my friends from high school listen. If you guys remember Dennis Scalpi, he looked just like a rat. Like if a human was to grow out of a rodent into a human being, it was Dennis Scalpi. Now, there's a guy in Harry Potter who does that.
Oh, yeah, because they could change into animals. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and he's a rat, and then he's a person. And Dennis Scalpi looks worse than that guy.
Oh,
he
no.
looked like a real rat. And then in senior year, he pulls up in the parking lot in a yellow Corvette.
Oh.
And we're like, what?
Was it a new one, an old one? What was it?
It was a new one, and it wasn't his. I think it was his mother's or his uncle's or something, but they let him drive it. I want to say his family owned like a cab company, which probably should stop me from mentioning their name because it usually means in New York that you can get rubbed out. And it was somebody in his family's, and they started letting him drive it to school, and then all of a sudden he was sitting at the cool kids table.
Awesome.
And he was banging Dina DeStefano.
Oh, my
God. It was
God.
unbelievable. She was like one of the hottest girls in our school. And she's dating Rat Boy now because he's got a Corvette. Your life can change for $5 is what I'm saying.
You hear that, Tommy?
Yeah. Well, thank Tommy. Tommy, my nephew, is like 6'4". He works out. He's in great shape. He's, now mix that in. Mix him in with like one of those thin tank tops and some basketball shorts and a Corvette. You have to beat the girls off him.
Yeah. I'll never know what that's like.
Me either.
Yeah.
Me either. You'll never know what it's like just to be 6'4".
I know. It's got to be nice.
If you would like to take a shot at that, StingrayChevroletRaffle.com.
I'm looking, and I'm trying to find the color of the Corvette, what it's actually called, and I cannot find it.
It's called Nuclear Holocaust Red.
Oh man.
Mama.
All right.
I like that color a lot.
Yeah, it's not. I'm saying we wanted to happen.
Yeah,
I'm saying if it
right.
did, it would be this beautiful color.
Beautiful red.
It's what you see before all the death and destruction. No, I don't know. I want to say torch.
I don't know.
Man.
Come on, Steve Hurley. I know you're listening.
He's not, or he would
text me the color.
Torch pop red.
Not torch pop. What was it? Torch pop. It's not candy apple red. It's not. What is it? Doesn't say it on their website.
No, it doesn't. I'm looking at it. I know that they used to be called medium red. Is
No,
what the color was. This is not medium red.
This is extra red.
Yeah.
Stingray Chevrolet raffle. Doesn't have it on that one?
No.
Oh,
I'm right here.
I'm going to look at it. I just want to look at it.
Yeah.
Right here.
I bet you if I look at it, I can come up with it.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking red.
That is a very pretty car.
Let me give you the vehicle specs. Just look at that.
Oh, I love spec. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right here. Holocaust red.
No, that's can't be right.
It's a 2018 Corvette Grand Sport.
Right.
You can release the hatch with a push button.
Yeah. That's
got
one
it.
of the things you're looking
It's
for.
an oil life monitoring system.
I got a text from a random listener that has my phone number because you've given it out so many times on the air that it's saying it's called Torch Red.
I believe that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't know.
Torch
if that's
red,
accurate or
right?
not. Yeah.
Torch
but it's-
fire red.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Torch red. Because without the fire, there's no red torches.
Yeah, right?
Torches are usually black or gray, and then
Bam.
red is the fire.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change the wording on that. Torch fire red. Thank you very much. Time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Well, real quick, I'm looking at the list of colors now because I went to the actual thing, and it does have a torch red there.
Yep.
But it also has spice red.
Ooh.
It has adrenaline red.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of different types
Nothing
of red.
nuclear war red?
No, there's no nuclear war red that
Let's work
I can
on that,
see here.
Corvette.
Either, but I don't know. But torch red does sound cool. I like that. So
All
that
right.
works.
Torch red. It's available now.
The White House on Monday offered a $4.4 trillion budget plan that brought into sharp focus the fiscal strains created by the Trump administration and the Congress in the past year, revealing how large tax cuts and new spending agreements are driving up government debt. President Trump's budget plan included proposals to slash spending on social safety net programs such as Medicare, Medicaid, and food stamps, but these changes would still fall far short of balancing the budget and eliminating the deficit. The White House projected the deficit will swell to nearly $1 trillion annually in 2019 and 2020 because of the new tax law and the last week's agreement to add $500 billion in new spending.
Yeah, and they're going to go and fix the infrastructure. So they're going to go fix bridges and all the stuff that's falling apart.
Yeah, right.
And they're building the wall.
Uh-huh.
That can't be cheap, right?
Oh, no.
Speaking of the Trumps, somebody mailed a letter with suspicious white powder to Donald Trump Jr. to his house, but it turned out to be a hoax. Police said the substance appeared to be cornstarch, but Trump's wife, Vanessa, and 2 other people were sent to Manhattan's hospital as a precaution. The letter was addressed to Donald Jr. and postmarked from Boston. Donald Jr. tweeted, quote, "Thankful that Vanessa and my children are safe and unharmed."
I'm
after
thankful she opened it, not me.
the incredibly scary situation that occurred this morning. Truly disgusting that certain individuals choose to express their opposing views with such disturbing behavior. And his sister Ivanka said, quote, "No one deserves to be frightened this way."
Or maybe somebody was trying to be nice, and they were like, the Trumps look like they need some powder.
Listen, you are in trouble. Whoever you are that sent that from Boston, they already know. Oh, but I'm not from Boston. I'm from New York.
Doesn't
and
matter.
I drove to Boston. Yeah, they got you on the tollways. Trust me.
Yep.
They're going to find this person, and we're never going to hear about it because they're going to take
You'll
them.
just disappear.
Yeah, put them in a room.
You'll be in Guantanamo Bay. They'll make you grow your beard out. So they're like, hey, didn't we have 12 hostages? We got 13 now.
Right, yeah. Or maybe they keep you in the White House, and that's where Donald Trump keeps his hair pieces on your dead head.
His hair is wonderful.
Speaking of presidents, Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama reemerged on the public stage on Monday in Washington. The former first couple's official portraits were unveiled at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery.
Gorgeous.
A rite of passage for most former presidents, all of whom have had their portraits hanging in the museum. We have a picture up on Bone TV of both the portraits. Now, Barack is sitting, looks like with a wall of ivy or something behind him.
Like at Fenway Park.
Yeah, very weird. We've all seen the Homer Simpson thing where he goes back into the
so
bushes. A lot of people are comparing to that. And then you have Michelle Obama, who has Arsenio Hall's hand.
Arsenio Hall's hand, a python for a left arm, and somebody else's face. Although if you look at the eyes, it kind of does look like her a little bit, but it's not It's
Like
like I think you could draw it better.
Right, like Barack looks like Barack.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's a good one. It's just a weird placing to put him.
So
in front of the,
they put him in front of the plants, and those flowers represent different things in his life. The chrysanthemum is the flower of Chicago. There's I forgot what the flowers
flower,
were. Yeah,
probably.
yeah, and then there's one for Kenya.
Kenya.
And it just the flowers are showing his background, but I don't know why he'd be sitting in that. You want a picture of a president. You want him to look stately. You want him to look like, especially
Just have him in a
Obama.
library or,
Whether you like Obama or not, he was a good-looking leader. He was a good TV president. You know, he'd stand at that podium and he'd look proud and he'd be out there. Other than big ass goofy ears that he had, he was in pretty good shape.
do one of the flowers represent him being a Muslim or no?
I don't know.
No, we don't.
I don't know.
So go back over to
Poppy in
Michelle
there.
a little bit there, Joey, if you can show Michelle. So that immediately, what do you think of when you see that? Like, what is the first thing you think of?
Oh, I don't think that's what
The very
you're thinking
first
of.
thing I thought of whenever I saw this was Joey. Show the next picture from. Show the next one, Joey, if you can make it bigger. From King of Queens. Remember when they had the portrait done and she had the giant
The fat
hand
arm, yeah.
and he had the buck teeth?
Uh-huh.
Look how big her hand is.
Yeah, go back there. Let me see. She had python arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so huge. But that's what Michelle Obama, she's got that giant Arsenio hand, and then the other arm is super long.
Did you watch the unveiling?
No, I didn't.
I watched the video of it, and they had to have shown it to her beforehand, or else she would have been just like, what? You know,
Yeah,
she
but
had
if
to be
you-
shocked by that.
If you show it to them beforehand, don't they go, come on, guys?
You'd think,
Like,
right?
You know,
What is that?
What are you going to offend the artist? Oh, well, guess what? That doesn't look like me.
Yeah.
And I don't have Manute Bull's arms.
I mean, but look, at the end of the day, it's hanging in Smithsonian Museum where there's pictures of LL Cool J and some other people. It doesn't matter.
Do you get to choose at all? I guess not, right? Like the artist just does a portrait. They
No,
don't
I
get
would
to-
imagine they have like a portfolio of different artists, and they go, "Oh, I like this one."
Okay.
You know, at least that's what I learned from The West Wing.
So then maybe they got exactly what they expected.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they like that artist, and they like his rendering of people with giant arms and just sitting in front
People
of
in
Ivy.
bushes, yeah.
While we're mentioning King of Queens,
Yeah.
there. So what's the new show called?
Kevin Can't
Wait. So Kevin Can't Wait has Leah Remini on as a guest and decides that they hate the woman that plays his wife.
Yeah.
So they just kill her off in the off season.
Yeah.
And then make Leah Remini back on the show now as somebody else.
Yeah.
Now does he fall in love with her? Are they dating? Are they just friends?
No, they're former partners. They were both police, so they're former partners from police, and now they have a security company that they do together.
Why don't they just take King of Queens, call it King of Queens, keep Jerry Stiller on there, and move it to HBO,
Dude.
so that they can curse like
Yeah.
normal New Yorkers would? It would be a funny ass show.
It's King of Queens. Replace Jerry Stiller with Boss Rutan, the
Yeah.
MMA guy, and that's what this show is. But I'll be honest with you, Kevin James always makes me laugh.
Yes.
And it's a funny show.
But you think of this show,
But it's totally King of
right?
Queens. Yeah.
You think
yeah.
of this show, so why don't they
You
just
have
say
the two
like,
leads.
you brought back Roseanne, you brought back the Foo show. What is that? Debbie and the other one, Harry and Sally.
Sure, Debbie and
What
Harry
is
and
that? What is the
Sally.
name of that show?
I have
Will
no
and
idea.
Grace.
Will and Grace. Okay.
And then they said, all right, forget it. We see what we want to do. This is where the action's at. People like us together. Let's just do King of Queens again, but let's do it like a real version of it.
It was so funny the way they killed the original wife off too, who I like and thought was funny on there. They just end that season. Then the next season they come back, and in the first episode he gets a mailer thing from her gym or something. We haven't seen you for a while, and he's like, oh, I miss her too. And then they're like, all right, anyways, Leah Remini's here.
We're not gonna cry about it.
Oh, so weird.
Time to get over it.
London City Airport will remain closed through Monday, and it'd probably be open today after a World War II bomb was discovered by construction workers. After the discovery of the unexploded bomb on Sunday, the airport canceled all the flights, put an exclusion zone in place. The airport said that it's hoping to resume normal operations today.
That's something you don't think you'd find in
World War II bomb that has not been exploded.
Yeah, like
Kink, like construction workers digging over there. Kink. Hey, I think I found something.
Is it still gonna explode?
It could.
right?
Can it after all this time?
I don't know.
I mean, it probably can, but
Yeah.
will it?
I'm
Yeah.
not a bombardier. I don't know.
But is that what they're called?
Nothing better than when a chick knows about cars, torch red is for the grand sport, which is what this is.
There you go.
So there you go. You get a specific red.
Thanks,
Oh,
Steve.
man. And I said, and my brother just texted me, I said it, and nobody corrected me, which on Twitter means they must be killing me. I meant to say the Ivy for Wrigley Field, and I said Fenway Park.
Oh, Green Monster.
My bad.
Yeah. Wrong one, dummy. U.S. snowboarder Chloe Kim got a gold medal last night in the women's halfpipe. American aerial gold took a bronze. How ironic.
I could give her a bronze.
Shaun White kicked off his 4th Olympics by making it into the finals of the men's halfpipe by dominating with the top score of the qualification round. Shaun White still doing Olympics.
crazy.
Yeah, because he started when he was like 12.
Right, I know, but think about that. So that's 16 years if he's done it every Olympics.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
crazy. There's a guy in Utah. He drank 2 bottles of vodka, then used one of them to break into a police station on Saturday night. Then he sat down on the floor and started meditating. He wasn't trying to get arrested. He was trying to meditate there. He was also on drugs along with the alcohol. This is Lieutenant Craig Martinez talking about the situation, and we actually have some video of the guy breaking into the place on Bone TV. Check this out. Whoops, hold on. I got to turn my volume up. Hi.
Told our officers he was just trying to find Jesus. Thought meditating in the middle of the police department would be a good idea. He broke a window to get inside. So, instead of getting a nice place to meditate, he went to jail. That's where, our officers are there typing their reports the majority of the time. So it didn't take very long to have a whole bunch of people there. He was a little upset that we were kind of, how should I put it? We were messing up his meditation period. Disturbing him when he was just trying to get some inner peace.
You should know if you're going to break into a police station, you're probably going to stay in the police station.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, not a great idea there. Let's see, what else do we have? Somebody's dash cam in China caught the moment when a truck and several cars burst into flames on a highway.
Why?
It was a natural gas truck, and it was leaking all over the road. A spark must have set the spill on fire. This is unbelievable. Watch this. It's a dash cam. Check it out over to the right. Watch this. Just all of a sudden, goosh.
Whoa.
That looks like something out of a
cow.
movie. Yeah, and then they wind up backing up. They're like, see you
The
later.
whole road is on fire.
Yeah, it is huge. I mean, it really looks like some fake thing out of a movie, but it's totally real. The car taking the video tried to get out of there by driving backwards. You can see the long trail of flames going through there from the leaking gas. Surprisingly, no one was killed,
thank
but
God.
2 people were hospitalized.
Oh, I would panic.
I know.
What do you do?
She started to open her car door, and I was like, "Hey, that's the last thing you want to do."
Thank God it's not bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Oh, you couldn't get out?
Yeah.
I'd be freaking out.
Because you would have to jump out of your car, because otherwise your car is going to just melt.
I'd be cranking my AC.
Oh, yeah. Nice and cool in here. Talk about torch red.
Yeah.
This car is torch red right there. So we have a couple follow-up stories. We have the follow-up of the 24-year-old woman named Nikki Walsh and her 26-year-old boyfriend, Tanner Broadwell. They sold all their stuff and bought the boat. Remember, we talked about this the
I
other day?
remember. And the boat sank, the sailboat.
Yeah, they were going to sail around the world. And last week, it sank 2 days into their trip. Well, since the story went viral...
Were they going to sail around the world?
Yeah.
I thought they just wanted to live on their boat. They were sick of the corporate life and they wanted to live on their boat.
By the way, a guy tweeted at me the other day. He said, I grew up boating my entire life. My father did all this stuff. You don't sail around the world on a 28-foot sailboat.
No.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I was surprised when you said that.
So listen to this. Since their story went viral, they set up a GoFundMe account.
For
Of course
what?
they did. For them.
I know, but what is it? GoFundMe, that's what annoys me. GoFundMe.
We had a dream.
Yeah, well, that's your dream. Wah, wah, that's your dream.
They've already raised over $14,000.
Oh, my God.
Their last boat cost $5,000 to buy and $5,000 more to repair. So they've already got more than enough to get another boat and try again. They don't have a timeline on doing that yet, though. For now, they're still trying to figure out how to get their first boat out of the water.
See, this reeks to me of garbage scam.
Right?
Like they did this on purpose, knowing that they were going to set up a GoFundMe and they would make, all their money back plus some.
Here's
That's
the
just the
thing.
inner scumbag in me talking.
Here's the thing, though, is who's giving money to these idiots? You have no experience sailing.
Bert.
You're sailing on a boat that's too small, and you're going to go and do this, and then you people are going to give them money?
Bert texted me or tweeted at me last night and said, hey, we got to help these guys. And I go, all right, let's see what he's talking about. I clicked on the link and it was this, and I wrote back, F no.
Yeah.
These idiots decided they didn't want to work anymore, and they got a boat, and they were like, let's just sell everything and live on a boat and attempt to sail, and we have no idea what we're doing. And they sunk. Oh, well, there you go. Now you got to get a job.
You want to give money to somebody there? I'm sure there's a little girl right now that has no lips,
Right.
or her eyes don't work.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, help that person out, not some dummy that's like, hey, we should sail around the world.
And listen, I know you love dogs, and
Yes.
I know people, and I love animals, but I'm not giving you money to do any sort of operation on your dog. If you can't afford it, it's time to put the dog down. That's all I can say.
You're not, but other people will, just like other people will give these people money. But yeah, whether you think that's right or not, I think this is just absolutely ridiculous.
Dog, by the way, is the least most acceptable thing that you can ask for as far as an animal goes. If you hit me up with my tortoise has a webbed foot that needs to be fixed, or my goldfish has got snots or something, I'm not giving.
My chicken needs hearing aids.
Seriously, like there are people. And then my favorite is I have always had a dream of opening up an Italian ice stand. I need $15,000, and it starts at zero. And you're like, you didn't have a dream, you had a fantasy, and now you're expecting us to fund your fantasy.
Yeah.
A dream is when you worked everything and put all your time and effort into it, and you just fell a little bit short, and you need a little help. That's different. But when you just sit there and be like, it sure would be nice if I was a crane operator. Can somebody buy a crane for me? Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a guy from China who had a dream for his daughter to go to college, so he moved to America and worked 4 different jobs.
Right.
And it saved all his money so that his daughter could go to college.
Yeah,
You are just a jackass that want people to pay your way.
You're a
through life.
lazy floater is what you are.
Yeah, you lazy floater. Float off. Here's another follow-up. After being fired from Outback Steakhouse for posting about a church not tipping her on a $735 takeout order on Facebook, Tamlin Yoder, remember we talked about her, has finally been compensated. Yoder would not specify how much the Palm Beach Gardens Church Christ Fellowship gave her, but told the Miami Herald that the compensation totaled, quote, more than 20% of the bill. A few church families came together and gave it to me. It was a very heartwarming situation, Yoder said. She noted that Outback has not contacted her since her termination. Last week, of course, she got fired for putting that order together. It was 75 items, and it was $735, and the church didn't tip. But now some of the families from the church have come together and given her some money.
So the church didn't call Outback and complain about it. I thought they did. They didn't. They actually said when they found out that she was fired, gave her the money.
I think I read the article. They said they did complain, but they didn't want her fired.
Oh.
They pointed it out to Outback. Hey, one of your employees, this was us, and blah blah blah. But they said we didn't want her fired.
You secretly want her fired.
Yeah,
right?
You secretly want her
tip her.
fired. That's between you and Jesus.
Here's also the other thing is they said that a volunteer went and picked up the stuff, a volunteer from the church, and didn't know that they were supposed to tip her in it. Well, how much money did you give them?
Maybe they didn't give anything. Maybe they paid over the phone or something like that.
But
or
like,
maybe
there's got to be something somewhere, someone. If it's a volunteer, you expect them to tip?
No, but you don't. Maybe you didn't think about it. You know what I mean? Like I got to tell you, if I said, "Hey, Spanish, will you run to Outback and pick up the order for lunch? It's $700." I'd give him $700. I probably wouldn't think about it. I mean, I don't know, but there's a chance that I would have just overlooked that.
I think church is trying to skip out on tipping.
Well, Jesus will know.
Yeah,
Take
God will
all
tip
your
for
money.
you.
Yeah. You'll get your tip when you get to heaven.
Yeah,
How about
that's the
that?
best tip in the world.
There is a 35-year-old guy named Randy Brunel. He is from Massachusetts. He's a little bit of a burglar. And his strategy was to read the obituaries, figure out when a dead person's relatives would be at the funeral, and then rob their houses.
Sneaky.
You know that my father always warns me about this.
That's a bad person.
When we, midnight mass the night before Christmas, same thing. Christmas Eve, midnight mass.
Yeah.
They know that the people were there, and they'd go rob their houses.
Sure.
Funerals. My dad would always be like, anytime there's a funeral, that's where they prey on those people.
Well, have fun posting all your stuff on social media.
Sure.
That you're, I'm in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Boo, look at me. And my whole family's here. Nobody back at home. Rob. Anyways, that guy would do it. And he actually had been busted for doing it back in 2012. He broke into a cop's house while he was attending his mother's funeral. Randy got 18 months in jail for that. So when the funeral burglaries started happening again, The cops were prepared, and they caught Randy in the act on Friday. He is now facing several charges, including felony breaking and entering. Randy breaking into houses. Hey, we get to celebrate today. In fact, I think we get to leave early. I'm not sure. Today is World Radio Day.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh, we should have off.
All about celebrating the power of radio. Reaching so many people and stuff. It's even recognized. It's a recognized holiday by the United Nations. So today is World Radio Day.
So, I mean, like broadcast radio, ham radio. What are they talking about?
No, it's radio.
All right.
Yeah, broadcast radio.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to take off.
Bye.
That's it. It's over. Have you ever heard of foreign accent syndrome?
Yes, Madonna had it. My daughter has it from watching Peppa Pig.
Well, there's a woman in Arizona. She's suffering from foreign accent syndrome. She's from the U.S., but wakes up with different accents each day. Sometimes it's British, sometimes Irish, sometimes Australian, different stuff. This usually happens with a head injury. But here's the woman. You'll hear her speaking how she normally speaks because she is American, and then you hear a little bit of the accent coming in. Here we go.
Today, I want to encourage you. Don't let this week start off with listening to the stuff from last
Normal.
week. All the problems from
American.
last week determine what your
Here we
week
go.
is this week. Okay, well, here's what happened. Yesterday, I started having problems with my voice, and I started noticing that when I tried to talk and say some things, my tongue felt like it wasn't right. Everyone said we should record it, and so I'm recording it because I didn't sound like this, and I normally don't, and I'm terrible with accents. I don't really have them where I can do them real good, at least especially not keep talking for a long time.
That is the worst Irish accent I've ever heard.
Yeah, but
Right?
she's not.
It's a lie,
She's
right?
faking it.
I think she's faking it
Yeah.
too. Like, I guess there really is a thing where that happens with traumatic brain injuries, and that can happen. I don't know whether it's
Right. People wake up and they speak a different language.
yeah.
And like, I never spoke Spanish before.
But this lady is just like, oh, now I'm
Yeah.
speaking like this.
That happened to me once.
Yeah.
And all I could say was, Andy.
And a 28-year-old woman in Oregon named Abby Beckley
Abby.
thought she had an eyelash stuck in her eye.
Oh, no.
Turned out to be what? What was in her eye?
I saw the story.
What was in her eye?
A worm.
It was a worm.
Stop it.
It was more than a worm. It was 14 tiny worms. 14 tiny worms in her eye. We have a picture up on Bone TV. That's the worm right there. She probably got them from a fly, the ones that hang around cows.
Yeah,
Get on the
yeah.
cow's eyes. She lived on a ranch earlier that summer, but this is the first case ever reported in the world.
Fly eye.
Until now, they've only been found in cows. The worms are spread by flies that feed on eye lubricant of cows. Yeah, so they go, and then one must have landed on her eye. And
Pooped
she
in her
went,
eye?
Yeah, and then she had 14 little worms. Look at that. Show it big, Joey. Look at that little worm. Could you imagine pulling that out of your eye and then there's 13 more?
No, you know what the sad part is?
Oh.
There's 16, and she didn't. She didn't find.
She doesn't know. You ever do that where you feel like your eye kind of twitch and you're like, oh my God, is it a worm?
Yeah.
Is there a worm in my eye?
I watch too many scary movies.
Yeah. A guy in Texas recently got his 4th DUI and tried to fight it by claiming blood alcohol limit of 0.08 discriminates against alcoholics. His argument was people who booze it up have a higher tolerance and can drive fine after a few drinks. Of course, the judge didn't buy it. Plus, his blood alcohol level was almost 4 times the legal limit when he flipped his car and got arrested.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, probably not going to work out for you. A woman determined to stop people from stealing her mail got back at them by putting 500 live cockroaches in a package and left it on her door for the porch pirates. Rosalinda Viniza, she is an entomologist, which means, of course, she studies insects. Thieves took off with the package that she left out there, so now she's hoping the roaches will freak them out.
That would freak
she says
me
that she was sick and tired of thieves stealing stuff off her porch and other people's porch in the apartment complex. So to prevent the theft, she thought that would be a good idea to put the cockroaches out there, which is funny. Somebody's going to open that package and just lose it.
I pooped in a box this year.
Did you really?
Yep.
Oh.
For?
I was going to put it out for porch pirates, and I forgot. I just put it under the tree.
Oh.
My uncle opened it. No, none of this is true.
I didn't believe it.
Hey, did Bitcoin fly up yesterday?
Let me check.
I saw that Arizona is now allowing people to pay their taxes in Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
I like that.
Yeah, but the
Future's
problem
happening.
is that it
it's
has to
down.
be converted to dollars within
Right.
24 hours. So it's basically you're using dollars.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because I think the Bitcoin stuff you can only use online exchange, so you don't have to use cash.
First state that legally is acknowledging it and allowing you to pay your taxes in
Yeah,
it.
man. So,
Speaking of Bitcoin, it takes a ton of electricity to run the supercomputers that mine Bitcoins. And Iceland just announced that its cryptocurrency miners, they're on pace to use more energy this year than all the power that it takes to power all the homes in Iceland.
wow.
Yeah, so the computers are mining for Bitcoins and using up all that power. We talk about whether you can fight a cougar and all that stuff. You said about
It's
the
not a cougar,
raccoons.
it's a bobcat.
Bobcat,
Yep.
okay.
Right.
You would have no chance against lions, right?
No chance against a lion.
A suspected poacher was fatally mauled and eaten by a pack of lions
And so he should be.
near a national park in South Africa, leaving behind just the man's head and some remains.
Awesome.
A police spokesman said that a loaded hunting rifle was found near the man's body early Saturday at a private game park, which contains large numbers of big game species, lions and leopards, rhinoceros, elephants. It seems the victim was poaching in the game park when he was attacked and killed by lions, according to the police. They ate his body, nearly all of it, and just left his head and some remains.
Good.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat the head. The head's never good.
Dummy.
The face is delicious. By the way, I saw that SPK made some tripe yesterday. I did not know it was part of a bet where John had to eat it, but he made tripe and he made chicken feet. And
I've never had chicken feet, but I had tripe before, and it was the worst thing
That chicken
ever.
feet is pretty good.
what did you do? You didn't. I think I had it too with Dom one time.
Well, I had it at a this Asian place called Halong Bay right here in St. Pete, and they made chicken's feet in like a sauce, and you just eat the chicken's feet, just everything but the bones. Yeah, they look like little tiny fingers when you're
Well,
done.
tripe is the lining of the cow's stomach, and it kind of tastes like if you were to eat a sponge. And no matter how long you cook it, it's still always gamey and chewy. But I never had it on the barbecue, so I text SBK and go, "How was that tripe on the barbecue?" He wrote back, "Terrible."
I mean, I've had it done Italian way, and I've had it done Filipino way.
Right.
And both ways were terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
like the
was-
Spanish way, but in the soup's pretty good.
I don't know. Do you like the soup or do you like the tripe?
I like the tripe because I like how the chewiness.
Gee,
It is
really?
too chewy.
Yeah.
Boy, that eyeworm chick was pretty hot.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some other pictures of her. You still got to think, would I make out with her if she had eyeworm?
Hey, that's how
it'll-
they get in your
Yeah,
eye.
well,
It'll transfer to you. Do you know who Daryl Singletary is?
I do.
Yeah, he died yesterday
I heard.
at the age of 46. So far, they haven't identified the cause of death, but he was just on stage Saturday night playing a show. One of his big songs, I guess, is Too Much Fun. It was got to number 4 on the Billboard Hot Country charts in 1996. Here's a little bit of that.
I said, officer, what have I done? He smiled and said, boy, you're having too much fun.
That is his only
Too
song.
much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money. There's no such thing as like a girl
By the way, if you said, what is country music? This is country music.
Yeah.
too pretty, but too much class. Being too lucky.
Like, this is every song.
Girl
It's
too
boots,
pretty,
scootin'
but
boogie.
too much class. Being too
Hotter than a
but
Georgia
too much
asphalt.
class. Being too
Right? That's like every song you've
Right.
ever heard in your life.
Started in 1996, and his last album came out, let me see, in 2017, and he's had only one hit, and it was the one you just played.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
But then he was probably doing state fairs and stuff and touring around.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, not making a ton of money, but making a
Whatever,
living.
yeah.
And apparently having too much fun.
He's old school country music, too. Like, he won't be wearing True Religion jeans and a bedazzled shirt. I mean, he's fat, and he's wearing an old plaid shirt and a big cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another death, Vic Damone.
No.
Yeah, whose mellow baritone once earned praise from Frank Sinatra as, quote, the best pipes in the business.
Fake them on.
He died in Florida at the age of 89, his daughter said. He died Sunday at his Miami Beach hospital from complications of a respiratory illness. Here is a little of Vic Damone.
And we'll make a new start, dear.
Used to scalp tickets to Earth, Wind, and Fire in high school.
Till then, you're breaking my
dead now.
Yeah, he is dead. No points on either of those, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. So former Major League pitcher Esteban Loaiza was arrested last week and charged with having
This is great.
44 pounds of cocaine.
Pounds. Heroin, I heard.
That is a lot. This
Is that the same
cocaine,
thing?
Yeah.
Maybe it's cocaine to be made to heroin. I don't know anything about drugs.
Yeah, I don't think
I
you
read
do
a
that.
thing that said heroin.
This one said cocaine.
I'm a double. Let's go with the third choice.
All right. The coke was found in packages at his home he rented in Southern California. It's believed that he was involved in drug trafficking. He's still being held on $200,000 bail. 44 pounds of cocaine would be worth around. This doesn't seem like a lot.
44 pounds, 20 kilos of cocaine.
This does not seem like a lot. 44 pounds of cocaine, $500,000.
Yeah. Now let's
that be
see
more?
what Esteban Loaiza's celebrity net worth would be.
Okay.
So if you have $20 million.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of this. Loaiza played on 8 teams over 14 years from 95 to 2008. His best season came in 2003 and 2004 when he was an all-star and played with the Chicago White Sox. He is 46 years old now.
Yeah, he got in trouble for DUI when he played for the A's. He played for the Yankees for a little while. He got a DUI, and that was a big deal because that's when Billy Beane banned alcohol in the dugouts.
Okay.
Let's
In the
see.
dugouts, they used to be able to.
I'm sorry, in the clubhouse.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Loaiza, and it was married to singer Jenny Rivera and is the former brother-in-law of Lupillo Rivera. I don't know who that is. But Rivera, oh, wow. Rivera died shortly after she served his first wife, served him divorce papers, and her plane crashed. Loaiza had his hands in the...
So do you have a net worth for him there?
$20 million. So why would you trade in $20 million for a chance at $500 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Be happy with your $20 million.
500,000.
I mean, 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, be happy with your $20 million.
Yeah, right?
But 44 pounds of cocaine seems like it would be a lot more than $500,000.
Right.
It really does.
Right?
Yeah, to me anyways, but I don't know much about cocaine.
You don't deal with
besides-
that
yeah,
amount.
no. I wish.
You just know, like, what an eight
Sometimes
ball is.
I don't know much about cocaine.
Yeah.
I know it's white and it makes me feel great.
You know what it smells like.
Yep, you know exactly what it smells like. Black Panther could have a $165 million opening weekend. If that happens, it'll be the biggest February opening and one of the biggest superhero movie openings of all time.
I've really come to understand in the last year or so the idea of why Black Panther is being marketed to black kids so much, that they open it in Black History Month. They have all black actors, director, and why that's so important. Because we, as white kids, grew up with Superman, Batman,
Sure.
Hawkman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, all white.
All white, yeah.
All white. And there's nothing for black kids. So now they have a superhero who is black. He's from a black country. There's nothing, there's no apologies there. They're like, this is a black guy, and be
Right.
happy with it. He's a king who also happens to have superpowers, and it's Black Panther. They're going to make it as black as possible. Well, I thought that was great, and I thought that was great that they were bringing kid Titus O'Neil brought kids from schools to go see it. He said it's important that these kids have a great superhero, black superhero that represents them. And now there is a petition going around where they are demanding that the studio give a quarter of the proceeds to black charities because it used black audiences to help promote the movie. And I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't force anybody to do anything. They made a movie, and they saw where it fit in and what the what its impact could have on kids, and they did a good thing. And now they want to take the money from it. And I don't know who's asking. I don't know who the group is, but they had 5,000 signatures so far of people protesting. I would wipe my ass with that and throw it back at them.
If you had like a bunch of white people sitting around going, what we'll do is make a black superhero for the black people. We'll have a black director and black actors. We'll make all the money. We'll take all the black people's money. Then you have a problem. But if it's like, hey, this is a market that needs to be filled, and we want to have a cool representation of a black superhero and stuff, this is a good idea. Okay,
Absolutely, yeah.
that's fine.
Sure. And I have to tell you, when I was like, what, I don't even know Black Panther like from the comic books, but then when they showed him in the movies, he was great. They got a great actor to play him. That's legit.
We'll take all their money. Ronda Rousey will officially sign her WWE contract at their Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in 2 weeks.
She better learn how to wrestle before that.
She hasn't signed her contract yet?
She changed her Instagram name to Ronda Rousey WWE.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would she do that?
Because she's officially under contract.
Yeah, no. But I mean, what was it before? Was it Ronda Rousey? Was it Ronda Rousey UFC?
I think it was MMA or UFC or something like that.
I would imagine that she'd be able to get just Ronda Rousey.
She might, but I'm also getting the second hand from an 11-year-old. So.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And a lot of the other WWE superstars has WWE in there.
That might be something they want them to do.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right. I'll allow it. When she gets fired and does something else.
I say right now, she's a bust.
Yeah, she's going to be terrible.
It was just at Ronda Rousey before. And now,
so, well, she's got to still have that.
She does. Ronda Rousey, I don't know. My son said yesterday that she had changed it to something with the WWE.
What does she do after WWE if it doesn't work out? Anything, or does she just disappear into
Skyway.
obscurity?
Who knows? I mean, she's got a ton of money and stuff. So
She does?
Yeah.
And she's hot.
Well, that she is.
Well, did she change her? Because you know how you can have at Ronda Rousey, and then the thing that comes up could say Ronda Rousey WWE.
On this, just, I don't know. I'm looking on here.
Look how good she looks there.
Yeah, she does.
I think she's gorgeous. I really do.
I wouldn't go gorgeous.
I do. I think she's
Her
sexy as hell.
face, her face is a little kind of.
I love her face. I think that's what her smile.
Her body there is
Her
fantastic.
body is great.
Yeah.
But I love her smile. I think she's cute. I don't know. I always like cute. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. You know what else I'm into is that nerd from Workaholics, Eric Griffin, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, sweet
Glad you
Jesus.
said his girlfriend. I was like, that's an odd choice. I like Ronda Rousey and Montez from Workaholics. They both turned me on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe she changed her Twitter because on Instagram she's just Ronda Rousey.
On Twitter, it's just Ronda Rousey.
Okay, so my son's an idiot. That's what you're saying, Carmen?
Fake
You call my
news.
son an idiot?
Yep, I'm
Fake
saying
news.
Your 11-year-old son should
Giving
not.
us fake news.
Yeah.
Speaking of busts, in an interview with Good Morning America that aired Monday, Heisman Trophy winner and NFL bust Johnny Manziel said that he's been diagnosed as bipolar and is taking medication for it, and his goal is to get back on the football field. He had talked about what the drinking and different stuff had done to him. We have some video on Bone TV and some audio here of Johnny Manziel.
I was self-medicating with alcohol. Like, that's what I thought was making me happy and helped me get out of that depression to a point of where I felt like I had some sense of happiness. But at the end of the day, when you wake up the next day after a night like that, or after going on a trip like that, and you wake up the next day and that's all gone, and that liquid courage or that liquid like sense of euphoria that's over you is all gone, and you're left staring at the ceiling by yourself, and you're back in that depression and back in that hole, that dark hole of sitting in a room by yourself, being super depressed, thinking about all the mistakes you've made in your life. What did that get me? Where did that get me except out of the NFL? Where did that get me? Disgraced?
Oh, good for him. That sounds, if he's being legit and that's sincere, then that's the right attitude to have. That sounds like somebody who's already going through treatment.
Yeah, well, if he was bipolar and then he's self-medicating by alcohol and drugs and all that type of
Which
stuff.
a lot of people do.
And then all of a sudden realizes, holy crap, I'm 20-something or whatever he is, and I'm out of the NFL when I was a huge draft pick and was a Heisman Trophy winner and all this stuff. Like, that's got to sink in and go, this sucks.
Yeah.
Watching everybody else, guys that you were better than, getting huge contracts and stuff.
Well, good for him. I never was a fan, but I'd like to see him. Everybody loves a comeback.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
We'll see. Hannah Simone.
I know Nina Simone.
No, you know Hannah Simone. Joey showed the picture. She was from New Girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She banged Mick Jagger.
She is on a show that will be canceled very soon. Hannah Simone is ABC's new Greatest American Hero. Oh, no. Yeah, from the New Girl. She is going to star in the network's remake of the 1980s comedy series, which was ordered to pilot last month. Simone will play Mira, a 30-year-old woman who loves tequila and karaoke and has spent her life searching and failing to find meaning, much to the chagrin of her traditional Indian American family. And then she is entrusted with a super suit to protect the planet, leaving the world in her unreliable hands.
She's so hot, though. She could do whatever she wants.
She is hot, and this is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible.
Listen, she's good in The New Girl, and if they're having her drink tequila and stuff, maybe it could be funny. This show is terrible. Greatest American Hero is terrible.
It wasn't in the 80s, though. When
Yeah,
we were
it was.
kids.
It was. I didn't even like it.
Oh, I loved it.
I didn't like it. I just thought it was a good idea and had a great theme song. They have to use this song.
No, they'll remake it with a girl, and it'll be bad.
There looks like there is a remake in here. Yep. That sounds exactly like their.
Yeah.
I can't believe it myself.
Oh, that's a disappointment.
Yeah, that'll be terrible.
If they make the A-Team with all women.
A lot of people are getting their houses broken into. Some guy climbed a tree in William Shatner's yard, but then ran off when he was confronted. A prowler took off after setting off a burglar alarm at Joe Jonas's house.
Prowler.
And then police showed up to Cher's place after somebody accidentally set off her panic alarm. So people are trying to attack all our...
Are they, though? Are they just being fans?
Terrible celebrities.
Being fans with no,
Boundaries?
no boundaries, yeah.
Maybe.
Jeez.
And finally in news, this is where I think this is it. You know how they say jump the shark?
Yes.
I think this is it with people trying to be politically correct and, all the different stuff. Sony Pictures has now apologized for a food allergy gag in their feature film Peter Rabbit. In the movie, Peter, who is voiced by James Corden, attempts to enter Mr. McGregor's garden by shooting a blackberry into the movie villain's mouth. McGregor is allergic to blackberries and goes into anaphylactic shock. The Kids with Food Allergies organization said on Facebook that such a joke can be, quote, harmful. Food allergies are a serious issue. Sony Pictures and the Peter Rabbit filmmakers said in a statement, our film should not have made light of Peter Rabbit's arch nemesis, Mr. McGregor, is being allergic to blackberries, even in a cartoonish slapstick way. We sincerely regret not being more aware and sensitive to this issue. We truly apologize.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
Everyone has to be offended.
That's unbelievable.
How come nobody was mad when a coyote was trying to drop a piano on a roadrunner?
Yeah.
That seems really extreme.
How were burn victims not upset whenever Jerry lit Tom on fire?
Oh, my
You
God.
know what I
Those
mean?
are some of the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Like, I get it. If you have food allergies, that sucks and that's terrible. But are you really freaking out about this? I don't know. I think that's...
You say you don't know, but keep in mind, I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm in the school a lot. Anytime there's donuts with dad day or sing along at school day,
I'm
I
sure
go.
there's a checklist.
Oh, but I can hear some of the things that the other parents are saying and the way they act and what they talk about. And I see these people. I see the ones who are like, my daughter will never watch Peter Rabbit because it makes fun of kids with allergies. And yeah, they're there. I see them.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, this, I think, is just the beginning of this, where it's going to be movie. They're going to change the movie. They're going to change the movie now so that they don't have that scene in there.
What are they going to throw in his mouth?
Who knows? Is that going to be, what are you going to do?
Choke on a
Shoot him with a
banana.
gun?
Evidently, that'll go for better than...
Put worms in his eyes? That is it for news.
All right. 727-579-1025. Lewis, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
What's up, buddy?
First time caller. I've been listening to your show ever since I started working with a friend of mine.
Good. Thank you.
Great show. I love it.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about the Black Panther. There is a lot of ignorance behind a lot of white people about this movie, saying that this is the first black superhero, and that is a very ignorant statement.
I don't think anybody said it was the first black superhero, but it's certainly the first one that they're making a major motion picture about that's not in a support role.
He's dying for somebody to ask this. Who is the first black superhero movie?
Blade, Spawn, that's just two.
They weren't really superheroes, and they were dark. One's a vampire, the other one's a monster.
Technically, they're both anti-heroes like Deadpool.
Right, but that's not a mainstream audience. This is a mainstream superhero movie,
It wasn't mainstream. They had 3 movies of Blade.
I know, but you're not taking a 7-year-old kid to see Blade or Spawn.
You make a valid point.
I know, because I'm smart. Thank you, sir. Look, I understand that when I was a kid, and if you watch cartoons in the 90s, there was certainly black representation in the cartoons. They even turned some of the characters in the comic books, Green Lantern's black guy. They saw what was going on, and they tried to slowly change it. But this is the first Hollywood blockbuster film that is being released and associated with the likes of Captain America and Iron Man that is just a black superhero. There's no black superhero supporting a white guy. He is the main focus of the movie. The movie is made with a black director with a mostly black cast, and it is made like it should be as a representation of black people. And the black kid should have somebody to relate to, just like a white kid can relate to Superman. I don't think anybody argues that at all. Nick, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Hi, guys. I love the show. I just wanted to make a quick comment about the food allergy thing. I do think it's ridiculous to be offended by it, but since it's a children's movie, I do see a point in bringing it up and talking about it, because you've got kids that may go see it and may take light of food allergies, and then all of a sudden you got someone shooting peanut butter on their spoon across at a kid that...
Yeah, but it's the same thing that you have with... where you got to teach a kid that just because Superman could fly doesn't mean you could jump off the roof. You know,
and you don't try and live under the sea like SpongeBob.
I agree that it comes down to the parents, and you've got to teach your kids what's right from wrong and what's pretend and what's a joke. But I mean,
yeah,
I understand the point of talking about it at that point.
I get you. I mean,
rabbits don't talk.
What?
So yeah, that was a bad. That was yeah. If it was in like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you might want to have that conversation. But it's in a movie about a bunch of talking rabbits.
Yeah.
Adrian. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning. Hey, the first black superhero. That's Damon Wayans in Blank Man.
Good one. Okay, thank you. And I'm not even taking any more phone calls now. You ruined it, Adrian. We're on a roll. We're having conversations with people. Blank Man. Mm-hmm. It is 7:55. Dominic Ferriello is by far one of the premier attorneys in this town. He is our friend and he is our lawyer. And he comes in on Tuesdays to donate his legal time to you. If you have a legal question, which every week you people seem to have, whether it is a DUI, a red light, a getting your guns back, or the more exciting ones like my neighbors did something to my yard or killed my dog, or I got tenants that won't leave. I love that kind of stuff. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Dominic Ferriello will be in here taking your legal questions next.
The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone. Now, another traffic update.
Brought to you by CC's. A couple of traffic hot spots to watch out for this morning. A wreck westbound on the Selman before 301. A crash southbound 275 before Dr. King. And a wreck causing a backup southbound on the Veterans Expressway right near the Courtney King.